Hello, it is Wednesday, May 9th, 2019, and if you do not have a very specific reason to watch this, please don't. I would hate to waste your time. But for those of you that do have a specific reason to watch this, it is the Wednesday lower body workout. We are starting out with me talking entirely too much, and that's going to be a theme throughout all these workouts. It's good rest, it's good practice for me interacting with other human beings sometimes. Part of me says I should do more of that, part of me says I should do a lot less of that. Alright, and other news in cognitive dissonance. Alright, the warm-up is this. Try to go through quick the warm-up, or try to go through the warm-up quickly, as I should say. It'll be three L-shape chin-ups, then 4 glide downs, 13 push-ups, 7 air squats, 6 bends. That's it. That's all. Honestly, bit of a headache going on. I heard something weird about you should never work out with a headache, but that, I don't know. I haven't been able to substantiate that, so I'm working out. Monday was almost a day off too, but not taking the days off. Leg day or lower body day, not too bad. So, and all these workouts, in theory, I'm getting more intimidated by them because I'm up in the weights so much, and I'm getting into some edges and some failure realms, but realistically, the way that I'm putting together the script, hopefully they're not too intimidating once I back off my edges a little bit. The shoulder's feeling a little bit better. Yesterday was something special with the shoulder feeling. Monday was something real special with the shoulder feeling. Usually 2 days after a workout, I really feel it. And since I did my workout on Saturday, Monday was the day. So, anyway. Oh, snap, crackle, and pop, we're there. Let's go breakfast cereal. That's not the best feeling in the world, but it's not that big of a headache. It's a tiny headache. Why? I know why. Today is the first day, sad to admit, that I haven't had any caffeine for well over 24 hours. Sometimes I take a break from caffeine for 2 weeks to make sure I'm not addicted. A combination of poverty and research has led me to believe that maybe, just maybe, it might be something to consider cutting caffeine out of my life. So after the end of this 2 weeks, we'll see. Basically, I've already cut enough things out of my life. So being the guy that doesn't do this, that doesn't do that, and doesn't do that other thing, I don't know if I want that to be my identity. I don't know if I've already have enough things I don't and can't do. So why not let caffeine be on a permanent vacation? You know? Or as I should say, I'm just taking a break from it. 5 years later, I'm still taking a break from it. We shall see. This is how bad this is going on right now. Don't even want to do this. I just want to dust. I see this dust and I'm just like, I never get the urge to dust. Rarely ever get the urge to dust. Bear witness the mental gymnastics the mind will do to avoid pain. And glide downs aren't really that bad. No siree, not that bad at all. Yeah, that first one I didn't go to full extension. Really need to go all the way to fully extend the arms. Had a pretty weak grip on that one. At first I liked the swinging, not so much anymore. All right, switch of scenery. Scene change. There should be about 4 of those today, if everything goes right. Let's hope everything goes right. Yeah, I'm gonna do breathing exercises. I'm gonna do a tiny bit of jump rope dermal stimulation too. We'll see how that feels and goes. Hey, I can't remember if it was my dad but the joke was, if you're hurting somewhere, you hit yourself somewhere else. Now the other spot hurts, and you forget about the first spot. It doesn't always work. Matter of fact, it works a lot less than you'd think. Okay. That's yeah, that's about. Probably be able to see if I straighten my legs or not. All right, 13 of these. No use procrastinating. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, a little bit. There's 1. That's all it is. Air squats. 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe there's ski jump squats now. 6. I don't know why I'm doing the hand thing like that. And 7. Maybe it's easier. Maybe I shouldn't do it like that because it is easier. Who knows? Oh. Almost seems more difficult when you put your feet right next to each other. Maybe there's a deeper stretch going on there. I'm going to try, I guess, the last 3 of these. The little wider stance. This one, well, I guess the wider your stance, the closer you get to the ground. So, yeah, there is that. Whew. I didn't eat a bad meal right before that. Had bought a salad with my dad last night, and I made the mistake of eating some cheese that's been out for a little bit. Yesterday, started digging into the salad. Tasted okay. I won't say tasted great. Tasted okay. And then felt something in my stomach. Come home, was able to get an early night of sleep. Most part. That's another thing about the caffeine thing. Been reading up about caffeine and all that. And then that led me into some sleep stuff, a little bit of sleep research. I've already read at least 1 book on sleep, but the research I'm kind of going towards now really kind of, let me catch my breath, really kind of paints a dire situation. That just sounds awful. In long-term health, if you don't average more than 7 hours of sleep a night, they don't really, the guy, I think it's a Dr. Walker, he doesn't say like go for 9 or anything because everybody's different, but it seems 9 is what I should probably go for. And the way I kind of want to do it is a 1-hour nap when I get done with work or sometime in the afternoon, and then 8 hours of sleep. Ideally, I recently read a book about getting up at 5 a.m. I don't necessarily like the book, but sometimes you gotta read some information and try it out if it seems slightly viable. And I'm willing to try it to see if it's slightly viable. Okay, reason we're in here is squats. I'm gonna grab the notebook and the timer and the jump rope. And no, there will be no jump roping on this video. Jump rope was luckily tied to the tripod. Let me just unfix that. Let's see if this video is still running. Wow, 10 minutes in. I do like to take my time on these. This is a special time. A little bit of bonding time between me and you. Back in the old days, we used to hang out, chill out, have these elaborate conversations. It's a little bit one-sided now, but I get that feeling. It scratches a social itch, I guess. Ooh, that just sounds nasty. It's a social disease. All right, I don't know. Camaraderie might be a human need, and even though I think in some ways I might be immune to that need, this might satiate that to a certain extent. Not fully. But then again, are we ever fully socially satiated? Actually, yes. Because there are points where I've just spent too much time with people and I just need to be alone. Too many people, too many things going on. Alright, the real thing going on, the notebook. 4 exercises for lower body. Squat machine, I've already dialed it in. Eventually I'm going to be using this curling bar and switch out the weights to something different, and I'm going to be doing Romanian deadlift on this, but we got to go scene change back in there for Romanian deadlift, then leg extensions back in here, and then the last is single leg calf raises right off the trusty rusty right there. So we will do some JDS, some jump rope dermal stimulation. I'm just going to go through the pants. You can still kind of feel it. Yeah, you can feel that. There's no not feeling that. Just a little bit. Just to wake up the skin, get the blood flowing. The headache's a little bit less. So this is one way. If you're having a caffeine withdrawal headache, I recommend you get a jump rope, but I don't recommend you actually jump the rope. All right. Wrap it around, get it in the back there. There you go. Yeah, in this video, I get to whip that ass. Whatever, yeah. Alright, that was lame. But it was something that just needed to be said. Or not. No, it didn't need to be said. On second, third thoughts, that really didn't need to be uttered out loud. It sounded funnier in my head. Just for, yeah. And there is sensitivity. Woo. There is sting. Not working out that part today. Alright, now we're doing some breath exercises. I think I'm just going to get into a little bit of a crouching position. Just do the breath. Oh, there we go. do 6 repetitions on here. That's gonna feel right. No, it's 8. I'm pretty sure it's 8. 8 repetitions on here. That's gonna feel even better. Like I said, got myself dialed in. Yeah. That is such a like for who the bell tolls type sound. Oh wait, that's a little bit better. Didn't want it to hit too hard. I thought it'd go crazy with the reverberations if I hit it hard. Not so much. Alright, I think I have that dialed in pretty well. I'm definitely feeling it. Don't want to go too crazy. It's like level of difficulty. I think there's a certain difficulty that you know you're probably going to get injured from. Don't want to go there. Don't want to even go to muscle failure. I want to go to that thing where I have like optimal amount of healing. And that means getting the strongest for next week. So in this weekly, get 1% better every day for a year. Get 1% better every week for a year, whatever it is. That's what I'm really looking for. And that's why this is a 2-year thing. I should set it up in a spreadsheet and show what that 1% better over a year looks like. If that 1% per week, 1% per day, 1% per month, see how that kind of plays out. And that's kind of easy to judge. It's like what you're capable of. So the numbers that you're actually using to get better are the same numbers that you're using to judge how far you're going to go. And you can kind of play that out. You could be like, 2 years from now, if I get 1% better at this exercise, I should be able to lift X amount. That might be very humbling, looking at those numbers and like, how much before I can build, like it was in business plans. I remember analyzing business plans. And the cool thing about business plans is they're overly optimistic in some cases. And it was just like, let's play out the numbers. This is your 5-year predictions. These are your 10-year predictions. This is your 20-year predictions, whatever. Here's your 2-year predictions. All right, let's look at that. Wow. Let's keep spanning that out. And you just basically, because the curve doesn't flatten out, you just figure out how many years it takes for them to have all the money in the world. And that's another fun exercise. Maybe I should do a video on that. Like, just ask somebody, how would you figure out how much money there is in the world? Like, how much money is there in the world? Now, money is this invented concept that society agrees upon. And most people in society agrees upon. I think there's a couple people that don't agree, but more people agree than disagree about, that money has value. Anyhow, so anyway, won't go into that long, but yeah, if anybody listens to this, please have that thought. How much money is there in the world? And how would you go about figuring that out? That's the fun part. How would you go about figuring out how much money there is in the world? You know what amazes me is there's like over 180 countries on planet Earth. That just amazes me. Like, what constitute a country? How can there be so many of them? I only hear about a few. But I'm not much of a world traveler. I have little desire. I know that's sacrilegious in this day and age to be like, oh, he doesn't like to travel. I'd rather build the home base and build myself up and have those experiences, more internal experiences than external experiences. But traveling, don't care for it. But the fact that there are over 180 countries in the world makes me want to actually travel a little bit. At least do some investigations. I think it would be really cool to learn to speak the language and go somewhere. as like the first time going there. So spend, however long it takes you to learn a language. I'm going to estimate 5 years. That's probably overly pessimistic, but let's say you're doing it part-time, so 5 years. Learn the language, feel pretty good about it, talk to some native speakers, get their seal of approval, and then head down to, or up to whatever country, and play around with language and people and all that kind of fun stuff. I think that would be fun. Because it would be like really, the challenge of learning another language becomes more worthwhile when you're actually going to go to the place. So, yeah, there's a couple places I'd like to go to. Might as well learn the language. Alright, so dialing in the next weight. Did I do 6 or 8 of those? I think I went with 6. Shame on me. 8 is on the script. Oh well. These are the mistakes we live with. Okay. Whip it into shape. Actually, I'm not going to use that word. I don't like that word. Jump rope dermal stimulation into shape. Oh, oh man. Having it folded over really, really took the sting out of it before. Even with pants on, not this jump rope to skin contact, it's really feeling something special. Now the goal here is blood flow. Getting blood to flow to the area. Blood's going to flow to that area. Notice no sexual component, no erection, so we're good. This does not get me in any sort of sexually excited state. So, yay, passed that test. Not as weird as I used to be. No. I'm not even going to talk about that. Men will do crazy things. Some men will become personal pincushions. Sometimes you say something as a joke, but it's so true that like it just makes you laugh. The number of times I've said to people is like, one day I was just thinking about human beings, and I just took a look down, paused, and I was just sitting there looking around, nailing my dick to a sawhorse, and I was thinking, man, if I told any guy about this, he would totally do this to get laid. Anyway, better keep that a secret. Oh, and yeah, I probably should erase that right now. I mean, I have no contractual obligations not to share, but it just seems that's far better. Those memories are just far better staying in here and not going out into the world, because I'm already weird enough. Like, I'm trying to get along with people. I'm trying to be a good person. And honestly, I think I have. Maybe that sounds very egotistical and braggadocio and all that kind of stuff, but I genuinely think I am a good person. The bad stuff that I've done has been to myself and not to innocent people. So, that's a good thought right there. That thought alone should get me better sleep. But speaking about not talking or talking too much, let's go into the breathing. last time I timed that way better. Second verse, same as the first. Good thing about this is when I was doing the single leg split squats, I was worried about balance and I wasn't getting quite to that 45-degree angle or 90-degree angle, and that's what I want. This is over 90 degrees. I want about right there, and that's where I think it goes to. I think when this thing's out, that's about a 90-degree angle, maybe a little bit more than 90. But yeah, I'm shooting for the 90-degree angle, and that's as far as I want to go with that. Supposedly it's better for your knees. 1, 2, going for 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, yep, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. All right, this one's kind of a lower back exercise, so I'm just going to take care of that right now. Oh, there we go, lower. I'm barely throwing it. How can it? Oh! All right, let's not go that hard. Woo. Yeah. I don't need to throw it hard. I just need that snap. All I need is blood flow. It's not about pain. It's about blood flow. Pain just is a little bit of an indicator. A little sharp pain lets you know that the blood flow is on its way. All right. Gonna do the breathing in there. I'm going to be coming back here for the leg extensions. I should bring the jump rope with me, but I'm thinking sometimes maybe just in the beginning of exercise. I don't know if I want to do every set like that. It just takes a lot of time. The breathing exercises are pretty important. I don't know. Still trying to figure that out. Just seems like a long thing to do between every single set. So maybe between exercises, then I know, hey, I have 5 exercises. I have 5 JDS sessions instead of like 14 or whatever. Okay. Yeah, that seems about right. Bent over. Watch the video. Make sure my hips go backwards a little bit. Gonna do a little bit of breathing. Gonna sway and breathe. Gonna really feel the goodness in here. just kind of going with it. Didn't really have a formalized breathing routine there. Probably should. This movement this way equals breathing in for so long, hold for so long, all that. I was just going for a good feeling, whatever my body wanted to kind of do. Don't need this. Do need this. All right. So hips backwards, very important. Hips move backwards, not a lot, just a little. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Might not look like it, but I definitely felt it. Alright, gonna dial it down. Do a little bit more breathing. Just for fun. Here's a little exercise for anybody that actually watches this. And there might be 3 people. This video might be set up for 3 people. One person who I believe watches this to probably fall asleep to, which I am totally fine with. Matter of fact, in that course, I'll make sure I try not to have anything that has any blue light. I think I'm pretty good about not too much blue light. Anyway, because blue light inhibits deeper sleep, supposedly. All right, back to the sleep study. So for the 3 people that this is intended for, and to anybody else, yeah, you're just going to go on a long-winded journey. Like, if you're doing this to work out to or to learn anything about working out, this is me discovering something. This is an experiment. So there's nothing definitive here. It's just learning, a process. Basically accountability. If I videotape it, I show up more often. For whatever reason, I didn't think that would work, but it worked. But anyway, here's the exercise. There's your bell. That's my bell of appreciation. In the next 5 seconds, try to think about something really obscure that you appreciate. Most people say, oh, my family and people close to me, in fact, I'm alive. Think about something that's not on the quick. Think about something a little bit obscure in your life. Not the easy answers. Let's not go for the easy answers. And here is, in 3, 2, 1. That's your appreciation, though. I appreciate that anybody who's watching this might have just appreciated something obscure in their life. I'm appreciating this jug of water. It's not Fiji water, but it still has a square bottle. I guess some other waters do it too, but anyway. That one's going to be due for a reload. All right. I think I did 8 there. I also think I properly dialed in for the next level. Also did a good bit of talking there. Feeling pretty good. Appreciation, AC. You're doing well. All right. Breathing exercise. Gonna do a little breathing and stretching. That's all for relaxation. Breathing and stretching. Oh man, I did sweat entirely too much. My hair feels gross. Wow, I just sounded like a 14-year-old girl on that one. I sweat too much. My hair feels gross. Yeah, unfortunately, there is a 14-year-old girl inside of me. Good news is she tasted just like chicken. I'm just kidding. You gotta be careful what people get offended about in jokes. I recently was at a comedy thing, and Heard somebody tell a joke. I'm gonna just basically say the joke. I'm gonna butcher the joke. I laughed at it because it was silly and all that, but had I been one of those people that's just looking to be offended, I probably would have. Recently I had a cat die. My little girl, my little buddy. It's, some people say that shouldn't mean as much as it did, but meant a lot. She means a lot. Definitely gave my grieving tools a workout. It still does. But then again, I think that would be for my whole life. All my grieving tools will just get sharper and sharper. I think about a lot of the people and pets and all that kind of stuff that I've lost. And like I said, won't go there, but grieving tools are good. Grief is going to be part of life. Better function on the tools to deal with it. Anyway, so a guy told a joke, and I think he talked about inventing an application. It's called Snapcat. It's not a social application. He used the application, comes over to your house and snaps your cat in half. And at a half second I felt bad. I realized it's just a joke. Let's laugh at this. Because I didn't let it remind me too much about Winx. I didn't let it go there into that spot in my brain. Put it in somewhere else and just like the silly, laughable stuff. And yeah, I took it for what it was. And it's amazing. Like that ability right there. I really would wish more people would be like, hey, it's just a joke. The reality of the situation, like, don't even joke about it. No, sometimes it's better if you joke about it. Sometimes it takes the edge off. I've been with some real morbid people in my life, and that was part of their toolkit for dealing with grief. I use it a little bit. I don't use it as much as I've seen other people use it, but it's a tool in the toolbox, dealing with grief or dealing with something that hurts or anything that offends or hurts or whatever. Being able to take it as just a joke. I don't know. I don't know if it's the way, to tell you the truth. It's just a gentle suggestion. I'm thinking of one or two people that get really, really deeply offended by things that they assume other people mean by their words. And it's like, I've heard the same thing. Someone's talking about this, and another person takes it, oh, this guy means this, this, and this. I didn't interpret that. You have to take a couple logical jumps and add at least 3 or 4 assumptions to make believe that that person really meant X, Y, and Z, just because you're very sensitive to X, Y, and Z. But I could be wrong. I live in that. I try to get very comfortable with the idea of I could be completely wrong. I've been completely wrong before. As long as I'm right about the very important things. Have a high standard for yourself. Have a far more relaxed standard for the rest of humanity. Acknowledge my own laziness. Also acknowledge the fact that I can't do it all. And on that wonderful note, wasn't much of a breath exercise, but then again, the headache is being distracted away from me. That's a good thing. There's going to be 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gotta remember to move those hips back, man. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I was horrified when a good friend of mine recommended that exercise. Yeah, most of this workout, the script, it's kind of been pieced together from a couple different sources, but mostly one source. a guy that wants to see the experiment. And I am happy to do it. Anyway. But, all right, shift to next exercise. Shift to the JDS, jump rope dermal stimulations. It's a go. It's gonna be a bit dark. Probably about time for me to shed some light. Shed some light on this subject. There it is. Light has been shed. I hope you are happy. I know I am. Lots of appreciation for lots of little furry friends that I've had in my life. And not so furry. Human beings have done good things for me and made me feel wonderful. And hopefully there's an afterlife. I have some people that I trust that have had some experiences to do with that. I don't think they're lying. So, yeah, I'm apt to believe. There, I said it. I tried never to say that out loud. But there's something about the word hope I just don't like. For example, if you say hope in 3 sentences when you're talking about somebody, that person is more likely destined to fail. I hope he does this, and I hope he does that, and I hope he does that. Oh goodness. There's a stack of dominoes of hope. Not a good thing. Let's not bet on that. Oh, that might be a bit cynical. Old school ministry. Never trust a junkie and all that. Man, I gotta read some more like William S. Burroughs. Yeah, I want to go through like William S. Burroughs and Charles Bukowski. And because so many times I've confused them, and you're probably like, oh my God, I can't believe you confused those two. Yeah. There's no excuse for me. I'm not even going to try to make one. But I hope by putting them together in my mind, because they're already there together, the separation will, like, I'll see the differences really, really well. And anyway. All right, I think I have this dialed in. Matter of fact, I'm sure I have. It's going to be a set of 8. No, set of 10. Set of 10 on this one. Wow, set of 10. These last 2 exercises are 10 and 12s. I just went right into this. I'm going to do JDS before the next set. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. I lied to you and said I was going to do JDS before this set. But I'm already here. What kind of fool would I be what kind of fool am I for lying? And since this video is basically for me and accountability, I'm not going to lie to myself. I am going to do the JDS right now. Oh, that was the wrong spot. All right, there's a little bit of blood flow right there. That feels weird when it hits your knee. See if we can get one right on the knee again. That was just wow, that is weird. Like, you think it'd be all sorts of crazy, like a different side of pain, but yeah, there's some pain there, but this jump rope, magical. Some areas it really, really turns up the pain. Some areas it just does some weird stuff. Let's see. Yeah, the knee thing here too. Okay, that one did some weird stuff on the knee in the not good variety. Definitely in the not quite expected variety. Who knows? Maybe that's the next level of knee therapy right there. Some external prototherapy via jump rope. No, totally not. Gonna go for 3 or 4 more breaths. Now I'm just gonna go right into it. Oh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, not terrible. Also not great. I think I shortened up some of the extensions on there. I know for a fact in the beginning I wasn't going as far back as I should have. Sometimes going slower gives me that level of control, but I don't get that momentum buildup, and my body just wants to naturally go for that momentum. Alright, not doing JDS, except on my shoulder. For some reason it hurts right now, so I'm just gonna, just a little bit. And I'm gonna balance the equation. Don't necessarily want blood flow going there. Alright, I'm gonna do a little bit, just, there we go, spread out that. Alright, not bad. And the jump rope slid to the floor. I so carefully put it on the bench and it slides to the floor. Alright. Let's do 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, wow. Wow. Right near the end, just a flood of heat. I don't know if that was blood flowing right into the muscle. I have no idea what that was. That was a special feeling. I don't even know if I can call it pain. I'm pretty sure I can't call it pleasure. It was interesting. I don't know if I want to ever feel that again. Maybe I do. Let's just try one more repetition. Put this in a baker's dozen category. Slow. No, didn't feel it again. Oh, that was interesting though. So apparently, the stuff that's in your brain, it's not necessarily lymph, it's glymph. I don't know if I believe that or not. It's a different type of thing. But cerebral spinal fluid, when you sleep, washes it out. Is it bad that I long for like an energy drink? I don't even long for caffeine right now. Like, not caffeine, but a coffee. And I'm not the coffee guy. But I did say something to a friend, or typed it recently. And it was maybe denying cravings is a learnable skill, teachable skill. And if you work on it, if you train it, if you go through ordeals that get you to a craving stage and you get really good at denying those cravings for your better health, because whatever craving it is, for whatever reason, it's just not right for who you are as a person. And then it becomes like better, trainable. You get more skilled with it. I don't think it'll ever become perfect because I think the mind wants things that are not necessarily in your best interest. And the body wants things that are not necessarily in your best interest. And putting it together with your thinking mind, as opposed to your just a animal mind, your craving mind. Just not taking any guff from that swine. And it sounds super easy in principle. It's simple, but it's not easy. And anybody who's ever dealt with a craving and fallen victim to it too many times knows what I'm talking about. But maybe all sorts of different flavors of cravings and training yourself to, not fall into them. There might be a good thing there. I knew a lady who stopped smoking, but she kept a full pack of her favorite cigarettes on her coffee table for like a year and didn't smoke. And that was the end of her smoking for about 2 years. Then her dad died and she started smoking again. So that kind of deflates my idea a little bit. It's like, hey, she went through hardcore training, a year of seeing it every day on her coffee table and decided not to do it. But when shit happens, I shouldn't say that, when bad things in life inevitably happen, she fell victim to her own craving. But I hope she quit eventually. I mean, everybody quits eventually, right? But no, I hope she is still alive, doing well, and is furthering herself as a human being and as a non-smoker. Yeah, here's a little PSA. If you care for somebody, nagging them not to smoke or whatever generally doesn't work too well. I mean, with some people I'm sure it would work, but you have to find the right person for that. But saying, hey, please don't smoke. But sometimes that little gentle suggestion, that whole thing like, hey, I care about you. As far as I know, smoking's bad for you. I think you're a good person, so just as a gentle suggestion, one of these days, when you're just thinking about taking a cigarette, think of me and skip that one for just that moment. All I'm asking you is to skip one when you think about me. That's all. Gentle. Something you can do. Consider it a personal favor. And then they come back and it's like, I did you fucking 20 favors. Or I did you a whole bunch of favors today, bro. You owe me something. No. One of those people. And the other half of that piece of advice is if you know any real jerks out there, repeat this phrase. Hey, smoke them if you got them. All right. Last exercise, repetition of 10, and then 12 repetitions afterwards. The lighting is very flattering in here. This is my best lighting. Oh, maybe my best lighting is even darker. Who knows? All right, so I am going to put that right here. Hopefully I'll see how far my calf can go down. Oh, cool. We get to whip the calf muscles into shape. Yay! Wow, I'm using words I shouldn't use today. I want to have really good control of my vocabulary. And part of it is thinking before you're speaking. That's a trainable skill. That's a skill I'm working on. And failing quite a bit at on this video, apparently. Alright. Oh, I have said too much. Alright. Didn't really go hard on that one. Just kind of late. Just kind of little bits, little stings. Happiness in many of its forms. That calm feeling of the after the sharp thing. Especially because intellectually you know you're not really, there's no injury. There's no permanent injury. There's things that are doing good, pushing you further on your progression. That feels good in itself. It's just another tool in the toolbox to get you to become the person that your cat would be proud of. And that's what I tell myself every day. I think she was proud of me. Ugh. But there was so much further I can go. And I'm going to go as a human being. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bam. Those kind of switch hands on that? Don't need to. That's the funny thing about this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Maybe I wasn't going down far enough. That seemed a lot easier than the other side. A little bit of breathing. I'm not going to do any JDS. I'm still feeling it. I guess I skipped out on the breathing last time, so congratulations, you get breathing this time. Didn't even really check the frame on that too well. I can't tell. I could reposition the light, look at the frame, try to get it real well. Or I can just bet on laziness and know I'm doing an okay job. And perfection right now is not on the menu. Alright, right calf first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Whew. That felt heavier than it should. Alright, left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright. Not going down very far on those. Good news is at least once a day I find a parking block. I make sure I go down to the full extension just with both leg calf raises or normal calf raises using body weight. Today I did a set of those. I think it was only like 7 or 8 of them. Did it super slow. Total breath workout. Was breathing in as I was descending down, and I was exhaling as I was going up. Like a second or two of hold on either side of those. The going down was extremely slow. The going up, the breathing out, going up, that was pretty slow as well. It's nice. Wasn't really a challenge myself workout because the challenge is with the added weight in the single leg, but good nonetheless. All right. Well, if you watched all this, nice job. I hope this had some value for you in some way. I'm not exactly sure in what way. Hopefully for at least one person out there, it helped them go to sleep. Hopefully for 2 other people out there, they're appreciating the experiment. It adds momentum into their life. I want them to succeed. They want me to succeed. Seeing each other succeed makes all of us feel pretty good. It's weird. It's not like a competition at all. I hear about someone doing a marathon, and I'm just like, right on, man. But then again, I don't really have aspirations for marathons. But then again, I've seen him do things that I can't do and have wanted to do. And I've been super excited that he's been able to do that. Like, yeah, right on. It's interesting how that goes. Maybe just the years of thinking the only person I really need to compete against is myself is really taking hold. And then again, I can't think of any time I'm really in a competition with other people except for, not even in that, because I refuse to compete. Huh. All right. Well, there's an appreciation bell right there, that stuff. Anyway, I'm starting to wax philosophical, and this has been over an hour. It's been over an hour. It is time to shower. This workout was not dour.
I'm not going to end this rhyme with power. Later, Shelby. Oh, by the way, pro tip, unless you're falling asleep, if you actually do watch this, and I should have said this in the beginning, maybe I'm a bit of a jerk to not think of this till the end. Genuine mistake. Watch this at twice the speed. That's what I'm going to do when I have to count reps, just to double check my reps, and also I have to see if I'm doing full extension or not. Yeah, twice the speed is where I'm going. Also, I'm going to skip a lot of my talking, unless I'm just laying down, relaxing, playing some music, and I'm watching it in the background. If I'm doing something else, single speed's okay. But if I'm focused on it, double speed. Shoot, there'll probably be even some times where I'll probably want to check up on a workout and be like, hey, I'll double speed it while practicing some chords on the guitar or something. Anyway, this time for real. Later it shall be.